Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Earth Angel 111 here to give you a reading. Just going to make sure a few people join before I hop into it. Hope everyone's doing well. Also, while I was getting the cards out, this was on the top, so I felt like it had some significance. Just with everything going on, I felt like for one of you out there at least, it's just saying to stay focused. You currently have some sort of distraction in your life, and just make sure you stay focused on the task ahead. It's like you're almost working towards where you want to go, so it's important to just keep moving. So let's get a few people in, and then we'll jump right into it. Leave that there, though. So we've got some archetypes, some tarot, and then some love messages for your person. So we're going to hop into the archetypes first, and then we'll do the tarot. All right. And we're just starting for those joining. So good to have you in the chats. I really hope everyone's doing well. All right. Ooh. Nice. So some good energy already coming out. I just feel like it's going to be a lot of changes. Really revealing oneself fully to the world. Coming into your own. Not giving a F what anyone thinks. Knowing your connection to divine. And truly just being magical and whimsical about it. Nice. So you could have a friend who shares the same morals as you, or otherwise people see you as someone who's a really good friend to others. This is going to be a collective reading to everyone just joining. And thank you so much to all the returning subs, and welcome if you're new, just stopping in. Hopefully this reading has a few things for you. So like I said, since a few of you just joined, when I was literally pulling my cards out, that was at the top. So felt like it could have some significance for the reading, just staying focused. You're currently working towards some new goals, and it's almost like you're almost there. Got the warrior card out, so for some of you, you've really been a warrior and stood true in what you know and where you want to go. Regardless of whatever obstacles have been placed in your path. It's kind of weird. It's like I went to start this reading, and then my cat jumped up and it moved everything, so I stopped it and restarted it. So I almost felt like you had blockages or something that was just kind of slowing you down at the moment. But let's get this energy cleared up. Father, so you could be dealing with someone who is a father figure or an actual father in your life. Hopefully they're not the one creating the blockages. We'll keep going and we'll kind of find out. You have a huge connection to divine, though. It's with the Fool card, you're headed towards a huge new chapter in your life. And all they want you to do is really not be afraid to be exactly who you are. Don't dim yourself for anyone. Don't decide for that day you have to kind of blend in. It's be you, be authentic, and you can't go wrong. Hello, everyone just joining in. So we're just starting. Midas Miser. So yeah, right now you got the touch of gold. You have the ability to essentially transform your life. It's think to yourself right now, what is it you want to change? And I feel like you have the possibility to kind of really hop into that in the next season. We've got a new full moon cycle on the 14th or the 16th. I believe the 16th. And then on February 4th, we've actually got the planetary conjunction. So a lot of energy shifts going on. And for some of you, that means your whole life's going to look completely different. It's going to do a 180. What they're saying about you is, and this could be pertaining to two different things. It could either be your personal life, your career, your goals, your visions, or it could be love. But I feel like it's more a focus on you right now. I feel like for some of you, you've been through a lot of changes. You could be attached to a great partner right now, which is awesome, but you're just focused on you and kind of figuring out the rest. And we've got a divine masculine card here. So you could either be a divine masculine or attached to one. I feel like for those watching, if you're attached to one, they're very supportive of you. They're kind of on the same path for their own journey as well. Wow, split the deck, literally got lover. So I feel like with that, definitely, it's almost like you and your person, if you are attached at the moment, you both have similar goals in life and you're both on kind of like the same track. Like you both know that you're sick of being left behind or being overlooked or like basically just getting by in life. It's like you want to be successful. You're ready for that level up, that new chapter, that big house, you know. So for some of you, you might want a sports car. For some of you, you might just want to save so you know you're comfortable. For some of you, you might not even be worried about stability right now. I feel like some of you, though, are definitely a teacher. Got some teachers in the house. Let me know in the chat if you are. All right, but that's kind of beautiful. So let's see what the tarot has to say. With the vampire, though, you could be really working hard, or you could have someone or something in your energy that's kind of blocking you and slowing you down. So I don't know if you caught that first bit, how I said blockages like 5 minutes ago. It's kind of weird. So the light attribute says, make you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. And the shadow attribute is depleting others for your own survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So if you are in a relationship, just making sure you're not codependent on that other person's energy. Or I feel like it wouldn't be for the collective. It's more so it could be even your person. It's just saying to set those healthy boundaries with whomever or whatever is kind of trying to block you right now. All right, some of the cards are messed up, so let's keep going. Hello, everyone in the chats. Happy Saturday or Sunday, wherever you are in the world. Priest, so you have a huge connection with divine. It's like if you felt like you've been guided in a particular path right now, regardless if it makes sense or not, you're being told to follow it with your full heart. Wow, there's a candle flicker. All right. Good to see a few people joining in. We're really just getting started. So Trickster, you could have someone in your midst that's trying to slow you down, block you, or paint illusions. Almost make you feel, for some of you, like you aren't capable of doing this. If you feel like you have someone like this, it's like Spirit's just asking you to ignore it because you know the messages you receive from divine. If you feel like in your purest of hearts, you're headed down a particular path, don't let anyone stop you. Relationship, family, friends, you know, anyone. You got to go for your heart. I feel like at heart, though, you are truly doing that. It's like you realize that you only live once. Like, you only have so much time to chase after your goals and really turn those into a reality. For some of you, it's like regardless of age, you could be having that epiphany as of recently. Like how precious life is and how much we should appreciate every day. And almost like strive to be better than yesterday. You know, and it's okay to have those days where you don't feel on top of the world. Wow, I just saw Divine Feminine when I was shuffling. So let's see if it comes out. Wow, we've got all the child cards out. So I feel like that's really symbolic, especially with this last one, Child Wounded. This could be the dog days are over. It's like anyone that's held you back, a relationship or a past trauma or just past. It's like you're literally dropping all of that. You know when you're wearing like 8 layers of clothes because it's freezing outside and then you come back inside and you're like sweating and like super excited to just take it off and you're like ripping it off, right? Your coat, your scarf, your sweater. So when you're doing that, it's almost like you're getting rid of those layers of baggage. I just want to compare that metaphor to as how I feel you're going to go through healing. It's almost like, boom, the coat comes off. That's the relationship traumas. The scarf comes off. That's like the family traumas and baggage. And it just allows you to really clear yourself for this next chapter because good things are coming. And all Divine wants you to do is not be afraid to be your true self and to really put yourself into whatever you're working on. Could be a lot of different things for whoever's watching. This is a collective reading. So whatever your career focus is or just your focus on yourself, maybe you're trying to better yourself in some way. Say it's like a health change, or for some of you, you could just be learning new skills. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, or you've always wanted to record a song. You know, there's certain things you've never done, and now you're like, hey, I have to do this. Like, you know, and as you start working on things, you might be getting really excited. And say if you're not working on it, it's like you feel like you're wasting the days. Like you have something in particular, it seems like here, that you're just really passionate about. I feel like with the 𝐿𝘼𝙔𝙎 too, it's almost spirit saying, like, regardless of what it looks like right now, just remember that ability that you have, and don't throw in the towel too early on something. If you don't see the results you want right away on, say, a creative project or something you're working on, or a new job, you don't get the raise you want right away or the position you want. It's like divine saying there's a reason why you're going to go through the steps you are to get there. That's not only going to build your character and who you are, but it's really going to make you appreciate and grateful, and like whatever it is you're doing, you're going to understand it better by taking those little steps to get there. But yeah, I feel like with this, it's almost like you have so much energy around you as well. That could almost be what the vampire card symbolizes, because if you think about it, it's saying like with father, that could symbolize family. Then we've got the lover card, so you could have a person in your life, past or present, that kind of occupies your time. Trickster, you could also have someone on the sidelines, an old friend or something, who's trying to sabotage your new start because you let them go. Something like that. So it's like, boom, already there's like 3 or 4 energies. If you have more people in your family, you could have, you know what I mean, in your immediate family, you could have up to, 5, 6 energies just for your family alone. So whoever's close to you right now, it's not saying that they're necessarily draining you, but all of them put together and you trying to focus on this one thing could be a little bit of a distraction at the moment. So I hope this is resonating for y'all. We've got a few people in the chats. Let's hop into this. Welcome everyone. If you're new on the channel, great to see you and have you, well, I guess not really see you, but have you listen to the collective reading. So Pioneer, you're inventing something new, or whatever you're doing, it's like you're really original at it. You stand out, and almost like spirit has tapped you in somehow and given you this spiritual knowledge and ability to make something really different. And something that's really going to grab the attention of others around you. So we will find out when we get into the tarot, kind of the different careers and stuff or projects that it looks like everyone's working on. But so far, like I said, we've definitely got teacher there. So you could be some sort of teacher. You could be a spiritual teacher. You could be a school teacher. You could be a music teacher. Whatever you're doing, if you are a teacher, amazing. That's awesome. Spirit's saying like that's your calling for you. Or if you've really been debating it, wow, magician. So like, say for example, I just got this really strong. Say for some of you, you have your college degree, but you don't have your teacher's college, or you're missing a certificate or something, you feel like, and then you feel like there's other blockages to get you to that. Like say you don't have the financial means, like you have to work full time, or there's going to be something that happens, like some sort of blessing from spirit that's going to make you figure out how to make it possible. So if you've already had this inclination or this feeling, Spirit's saying go for it. You know, it's like we get so many different thoughts in the day. And a lot of those are downloads, whether you feel like you're truly connected or with Spirit or not. Most of us are. I mean, I would say all of us are. You just really have to tap into it. And to a certain extent, a lot of you could really at least talk to your spirit guides and figure out what they want you to know. And there's definitely different ways to do that. So it's something you could kind of look up. But all I feel like with this is it's like you're going to get some sort of download over the next couple of days. For a lot of you, it was today. And boom, this idea you have or something you didn't think was possible is all of a sudden now, okay, well, that actually doesn't look too impossible, if that makes sense. It looks like it might be a little difficult, but it's something you could actually do. So let's get into it. Let's get into the tarot. I'm going to clear these so we have some room because there's just a heck of a lot of archetypes. Wow, though, at the bottom, the sun. So literally, the dog days are over. It's like no more BS, no more feeling like no matter what you do, it just doesn't work out or it doesn't like... I feel like for some of you, it's like you're doing something and you could be working really hard and just not seeing the exact results you want right away, or something like that. So let's see if we have an angel message, and then we're going to do tarot. Thank you so much, everyone who's just joined in. All right. But beautiful to see the sun out there, because honestly, it's saying you're about to receive some sort of blessing or, you know, idea that really just makes you realize you have so much more going for you than you realize. It's like you may have been working so hard towards something that it's already almost here, and like you're not even aware, if that makes sense. So it's almost like, too, if you're experiencing any blockages, now is not the time to give up or to feel stagnant or to slow down. You just got to keep pushing through it, and you're being divinely led by your team. So let's see what comes out. Wow. So we've got 2. There are certain things that are supposed to happen in life in order for us to grow. Perfect. As if whether we are comfortable with change or not isn't inevitable. Stay positive and persevere. I think that's the first time that card's come out as well. And then this one, for those that tune into my readings, this one's come out a few times, so definitely feel like there's a few people that this will resonate for. But it says you share a close connection with animals. Some of you are able to fully understand the emotions of animals as you share a special bond with them, almost like a form of communication. Interesting. So with that, it's just saying, like, you could be one of those people that, say you see like an animal in danger or something outside, like you really recognize it, whereas most people would just like walk by and not care. But I feel like for whoever's watching, like you could have called if you saw a squirrel or a raccoon that was injured, or like a bird. You could have taken in birds even as a kid and like nursed it and made it okay again. Something like that. You could have a pet that you're very close to as well. Wow. So I just had something kind of crazy happen. I don't really like to relate to me, but if you want to... So Spirit just sent me the most specialist message ever. So my first cat, he passed when he was like 7. He had the crystals in his pee. He was a male cat, and I tried really hard to get him fixed. Everything I could. And eventually the vet said I just had to put him down, because we tried all these antibiotics, tried to do the surgery and that. Nothing worked. And anyway, so it just was like awful. So put him down. He was the first cat I ever had. So the sweetest cat. And look at card just came out. His name was Prince. Thank you, Spirit. I just thought that was so beautiful, because I just said how someone has a special connection with animals. But definitely there's a message from my little baby that passed just came through. I've never seen that in my life. So felt like that's too special not to share. I kind of froze for a minute when I saw that. Like, wow. But let's hop into it. Just really confirms, you know, for some of you, maybe this resonates with the fact you could have lost an animal. You could have had a cat or a dog growing up that lived for like 20 years and you had to put it down. I'm feeling like what this symbolizes, connecting with my story, is they're always with you. Absolutely. You could even, for some of you, have maybe felt like you felt their presence once or twice. Definitely for whoever this resonates for, but that was crazy. Wow. So athlete, you're working really hard. You're like very content and dedicated to changing everything in your life. So this kind of says it's like anything you felt was a physical limitation or a blockage in your life is actually being strengthened by Spirit, and you're being given the personal willpower. So that's kind of a beautiful message there. All right. So let's get back into the tarot. That was crazy. As if that just happened. He was such a sweet boy. I'm not one of those cheesy, like, give the lame names to cats. But honestly, I love Prince. Like, rest in peace. Purple Rain and all that. Favorite. My mom made me watch it so many times as a kid. It was like one of my favorite movies, and just the album. And anyways, when I looked at him, when I got him as a kitten, he looked like a prince. He was, he had a white tummy, but he was all black, and then he had these little socks for paws, and he just looked like he was wearing a little tux, so I called him Prince. And he actually loved if I put on Prince. Like, there was a video of him, like, just chilling in the window to, I can't remember what song. I think it was, the one We're Gonna Party Like It's 1999, that one. But yeah, it's just so funny because, yeah, had to throw that in for y'all. Random stories. There we go. You guys probably think I'm a robot. I just read the cards. So I'm like, here, I'll give you a little bit of a cute story. But he definitely was a prince. So wow, I can't even believe that. That was a beautiful message. So let's get into it. Look at this. We got the 2 of coins in the upright. So for whoever I'm resonating for, y'all are about to change your life for the better. It's like anything you ever lacked in is coming in. You're super passionate about it too. It could be something that you're like really eager doing, especially if you're working on some sort of like creative projects, like putting yourself out there or making music, or some of you could dance. Like you could be hip hop dancers or something. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like whatever it is you're doing, it's like you're so passionate about it and people can just tell. Like they love that about you. Wow. And you're on your way. It's like these changes are going to be so swift that like no one can hold you back. I feel like in the past there could have been a karmic person. I wouldn't necessarily read this as an energy of a gender, but it is a Queen of Cups. So someone who kind of used their looks and the way they're passionate about people to their advantage. So you could have been dealing with someone like that in the past, or you could have to be aware of someone like that. That could be the situation you just like left. Yeah, definitely. You could have been defensive, feeling like you were sick of dealing with people who just wanted like a passionate relationship with no strings attached or no real commitment. In the past, you could have thought too that this, person you were dealing with was like a true pair. I feel like maybe you realize too, for some of you, whoever you were dealing with, like family or friends or a person, they just didn't want to see you succeed. Like low key, they acted like they did, but they were kind of jealous. Like, and you could read it on them. For some of you, if you have a connection with animals like that, you're probably an empath, and definitely with the God card out, like a huge connection with divine. So for some of you, it's like you can pick up on people's emotions. So, like, for someone like that, it's just, like, you could read that even though they were wishing you well in your face, it's like they really weren't. Like, their energy was off. Yeah, 6 of Cups in reverse. Like, their energy was not authentic. So, maybe for you, for some of you, you had to cut out, like, multiple people just to feel like you could feel like yourself again. Or maybe this is what your blockage was. Maybe you spent... Hey, I don't know, for each of you, it could be different, but say you started this project last year, you could have spent the last few months over the holidays literally like in a daze because of basically all this past energy. And that's what they wanted. It's like they wanted to make you caught up and not realize all that you're about to come into. So I don't feel like it's necessarily, like I said, it could be different for each of you. It could have been even a job. Maybe all of a sudden you were doing something on the side and then all of a sudden you had to work all these long hours. I just saw the Hangman when I was shuffling there. Yeah, you just felt like you had many battles. You could have had up to between like 5 to 10 people against you. The 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords in reverse there. You could have felt almost defeated at one point. Like, say, I feel like for some of you, say especially if it was family or relationship and you didn't spend it with them for the holidays. And for some of you, you didn't reach out because, you know, but at the same time, they should have reached out to you because they might owe some of you an apology, or I'm not sure, but you know what I mean? For some of you, I feel like you wanted to keep the energy light, so you stayed away, but at the same time, you wish they would have reached out because you would have made those amends. But I feel like whoever I'm resonating for, you're sick of being the Queen of Swords. You don't want to feel defeated. You do want to, like, you want to shine, and you want to have the people around you that truly love you and support you. And maybe some of these realizations, or that people that pretended they did, were actually intentionally, like, trying to slow you down. So, whoa, let me check the chat here for a sec and see what's going on. We got 2 in the chat and 11 likes. Sorry to hear about any past kitties. Yeah, worst thing I ever went through. Oh my gosh. Literally the worst thing. But I just thought it was crazy because never have I been like really confirmed from spirit. And that just came into my head right away as soon as I said the connection with animals, and who knows why that happened. But very sweet, and just thought I could get, you know, give you a little bit of a story. All right, so let's see what we got next. We got the 5 of Cups. Amazing. So in the past, 6 of Cups, you felt like you were like no one's option, or all the options you had were not actually fruitful or liable. They weren't like legit. Like say you were trying different suitors like for a relationship or something. You could have a few people interested in you, but all said and done, they were all just kind of like, what's it called when it's like, I don't want to say illusion, but almost like false starts, I would say, I guess. Yeah, so that's so funny. Look at that. 6 of Swords, and then we got the 6 of Cups. So you could have had up to 6 people in between whatever's going on for you that were either trying to slow you down, or 6 suitors or 6 relationships in a row that just like didn't work out. Could have been third-party situation for some of you. Could have been your person had those suitors. But with the 5 of Cups in the upright, it's almost like you're going to be the one. Like, so this is perfect. The dog days are over. The tables have turned. You are going to be the one calling the shots now. It's like whoever thought that you weren't good enough for them. It's not that you have your nose turned up to them, but you don't want anyone from the past. I feel like for a lot of you. A lot of the divine feminine masculine, especially if you're in separation, some of you I feel like might have just given up on that person, at least for now or in general. I feel like a lot of people are realizing that you really need to not settle for less than you deserve. Doesn't matter how much you love them, or if it's a divine connection or a twin flame, a soulmate, or even a family member. It's like maybe some of you just learned that lesson, or even a longtime best friend. If people don't treat you how you deserve and support you, especially when you went through all that turmoil and you're about to see better days, then why should they come in when you're about to see the better days, right? I feel like that's the mindset for some of you. Thank you so much, everyone tuned in. So let's get some more tarot going, and then we can do some messages from your person in a bit if you want. We got the Hangman came out again, so I'm actually going to pull it. But it's like, yeah, you've been feeling stuck for a long time. Possibly you needed Pentacles, something to get this new start. Maybe for some of you, you've been stuck in like a crappy living situation and you want to move or something like that. Or you need a new car, like something big, or even something small. Say you're working on some sort of project and you need some stuff to help you get there, like to help start it out, but you can't right now. It's like that's all coming in. Wow, yeah, I feel like a lot of you have been hermit mode, literally just working hard, keeping to yourself, keeping out of all the drama. For some of you, like almost staying away from people. People might be like wondering what you're up to, or confused if you just went silent or cut them off. But I feel like it's not like you did this intentionally. You were just trying to get yourself back in order, get your life back in order, especially if you went through like a job change or a breakup. You know, you're just like, oh, you're just here. Okay, well, we did have the 3 of Cups already, so I'm not going to leave that out, but definitely could have been a third party situation. With the 3 of Coins, though, just know you might have some new job offers coming in. You might actually be asked to collaborate with someone. For some of you, this could be like a dream person that you like would never have imagined, and like it's going to be like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, in the past, you could have been feeling super unbalanced. Like you just weren't appreciated by the people you loved. Maybe they weren't putting in the same amount of effort or understanding that you were. It's like maybe you were pretty forgiving in situations, and people just came off cold and detached and non-supportive of whatever you were trying to focus on. So now you're down to the final 2 swords. It reminds me of like a ninja movie or something. You got the two swords behind your back. You're like, okay, is this almost over? But yeah, we got the two wands next. So it's like soon that's frustration or any blockages left or feeling stagnant is going to turn into passion. So it's like maybe when the full moon happens, you're going to like shift all your energy from negative to positive. There's the Chariot again. So for some of you, you still are stuck in a situation. It's almost like Spirit saying with it coming out twice, you know what you have to do, but you're not making the change. So that's going to be different for each of you. Maybe you have to leave a job, move somewhere new. Maybe you have to leave a relationship. Whatever it is for you, maybe you have to walk away from someone. It's like until you do it, that's kind of what's holding you back. So just for some of you right now too, you might be honestly in hermit mode waiting for these changes to come in, but Spirit's saying until you make that change. And maybe for some of you, even it's an energy vibration, like you're still holding on to past trauma or hurts. And even though you've forgiven this person and you feel like you have, or these situations you've learned how to heal and move on, there's still something subconsciously you could be holding on to, like a low vibrational energy. And once you learn how to transmute that fully into this passion energy, that's when you're going to take off. But for some of you, it definitely involves you like packing up and leaving a situation. So hopefully this is resonating for y'all. But it's like whatever it is, you're going to be super passionate about it. You're going to be almost surprised how well everything turns out. For some of you, it might have been so long going on that you feel stuck, that you, as much as you believe, you don't, you know, and divine feels that little bit that you're just like, is it ever coming, these changes? So they just want you to put your full heart and be ready and willing to accept changes in life. And for some of you too, maybe you're refusing to let new people, new relationships in, new situations. And like maybe for some of you, you've been stuck in the house and it's like you got to get out, put yourself out there. Or if someone invites you to do something, don't think about who's going to try and sabotage it. Or for some of you, like maybe you have people that linger and try and ruin stuff for you. I feel like Spirit's saying just trust that they're going to keep you protected. Yeah, Ace of Swords there. It's like this is this sword of spirit. It's like divine being like, nah, this is the one sword you need and they got you. Like the hand motions on that, like that's some divine sword action. But basically what I feel like they're saying is like anyone who tries to step to you or make you feel blocked or stuck or bring you back to an old cycle, it's like let them handle it and keep on moving. Keep going forward towards your path. You're headed towards some beautiful new chapters. Okay, Spirit, that's too many cards. Just gonna have a sip of my water here. All right. But yeah, I feel like some beautiful energy so far. If y'all want, we can do spicy messages from your person. I'm gonna do one more angel message. For signs, I saw a lot of fire with the swords, a lot of air energy. And we definitely had a little bit of water as well. And with the pentacles, we had earth. So we basically had everything. Absolutely. Because we got that for water. All the swords. So much swords. So a lot of you could be an air sign watching. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or dealing with one. But yeah, I just feel like in the past, so many of you had been put in these situations that like, maybe you were afraid to stand up for yourself, or you didn't know how to take action, or I'm hearing for some of you, you were in such disbelief that like someone would do you like that, especially someone close to you. You like just didn't even see it coming. And then when you figure out who this person is, for some of you, it's like these people haven't even had the guts to say it to your face, but Spirit showed you. Like, and like for some of you, you could be getting like connections of things that happened almost 2 years ago that never made sense, that now where you're at in your life and knowing what you know what you know. And like those things from the past, like you've got your answers now for a lot of you. I feel like some of you could have been in a long-term relationship or dealing with family members that really didn't have your best intentions at heart, or relationships like super selfish, narcissist people for some of you. I feel like a lot of you might not even known what a narcissist was until maybe the last 2 years, or really going through your spiritual awakening. For some of you, it was like someone else said something about this particular person or group of people being that way towards you. And that is when you had to learn what it was, you know? For some of you too, we had all that childlike energy at the beginning. And so it's like, you could still be stuck in that mindset where you don't see all the bad in people yet. Like, you could have had a tough life and gone through some stuff by all means, but maybe it's like you hadn't been tested that way yet. Like, seeing people that you love truly just try and ruin you, you know? For some of you, you could be put down by people you loved, or growing up, you could always been told you weren't good enough at stuff. Just like stuff that no one deserves. And maybe for so long you didn't even know until you got older and wiser. And then you could put all the connections together. You know, for a lot of you, you could have had past like childhood issues that really was the reason for a lot of your relationship issues. And now a lot of you could have been single and like learning that about yourself and learning how to heal and what not to bring into the next relationship. And for some of you, if you were dealing with a narcissist, now you know the red flags. It's like some of you could be scared of dating because of what had been done to you previously. Like, you're honestly intimidated that someone else is going to do it again. But just know, once you see that in a person, I feel like for whoever I'm reading this for, and you're connected to divine truly, and you truly believe that he's going to keep you protected, then no, he's not going to let someone else like that come under your radar without you picking up on it right away. But it's like you had to go through those lessons. And then you see so many people around you, right, that don't even know like what's happening still. You could have been isolated by people or literally targeted and gang stalked for knowing what you knew about these true people and how they actually were. And I feel like for a lot of you, maybe that's why you'd spent the last few months being quiet or feeling like you had to dim yourself or maybe slow down what you were doing. But that's what these people were trying to do, was just create blockages that, first of all, no one deserves. And second of all, they are not divine. So don't ever let them trick you into thinking that, right? It's like your spirit guides are letting you know. So, wow. So yeah, look at it. So there are certain things that have to happen in order for us to grow. It's like you had to learn that. Not everyone is your friend. Not everyone is your love. Yeah, stuff like that. Absolutely, that family is not thicker than the family you create for yourself. You know, for some of you, that could have been the hardest thing too, to have to walk away from a relationship like that. So let's just keep going. Let's get one more angel message. I'll do it so you guys can see. Definitely some intense energy though. But I feel like you just need to know, if you've been feeling like luck has not been on your side, or you're just sick of learning the lessons. It's like things are about to get better or slow down, and like the worst of it's over. You've overcome so much, and for a lot of you, really learn how to not let those low vibrational shadow side people get the best of you. You know, it's almost like bite your tongue and walk away. And for a lot of you, you've learned how to just be silent and cut those people off instead of entertaining the energy that they're bringing, because they just want drama, you know? And I feel like some of you realize that. But I feel like too, this could have been, say, for some of you, it really could have been like family. Like, say you had one family member that just made up something, and then everyone else was going off it or something, and it's just like, you felt defeated because you had all these people that didn't actually come and talk to you about it. So wow, you've struggled for long enough. Your time is near to be seen. The angels have seen your hard work and dedication, not to mention your prayers. Don't quit. So this is exactly it. It's like you could feel, I don't want to say low vibe, because I hope no one feels low vibe. We will definitely do a quick, like, raise your vibration little blessing, like, prayer at the end to make sure everyone like gets where they want to get. But what I feel like with this is it's just like saying you could have felt very defeated recently. Like, is it ever going to happen? Is the dream you're chasing like throwing a needle in a haystack? Or are people ever going to believe in you, you know, or see what you see about yourself and what divine has shown you, right? But it's funny. It's like that all has to happen too in divine timing. So that's not really something that we can ever control, but it's just saying don't quit. Like, it's coming close. Wow. Meditation will help bring in the clarity you need. Wow. Your intuition has been giving you all the signs. It's time to take action in a particular area of your life. Your hard work will be required, but your angels are guiding you towards stability. There you go. So we're going to leave that out. That's definitely more angel messages than I've ever put out at once, but I feel like they're all so beautiful because it really just shows, like, don't give up, you know? And especially if you've been feeling defeated or you're watching this and you know you could have worked a little harder this week on your dream, or you could have put a little more self-love in. This is my, like, reminder that we all have those days, but it's like, then divine's asking you to remember just to, like, make the changes for you, because at the end of the day, you won't regret it. You'll feel so empowered. That's how I'm feeling. Wow, the sun again. So yeah, you've just been feeling so defeated, like everything's a lost cause or situation when it comes to love or relationships or projects. And this could be past energy as well. I don't want to say everyone's sitting in this energy right now, but there's just something in your life in the past or currently that you just feel is a blockage. And it's like the sun's coming in. That's come out twice in a row now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love's coming in too. You can expect new love. We've also got more air energy and fire as well. Wow, the Chariot again. So 3 times now. So basically all I'm going to say is with this, you really need to get out of whatever situation that is holding you back. To each of you, just know I'm just the messenger. You'll know what it is for you. If this doesn't resonate, please don't make a hasty change and be like, well... But, of course, if you know particularly there's an area of your life that needs to change, and sooner rather than later, and even if it doesn't seem totally possible, trust that divine is going to work it out. Just take those baby steps and even set your intentions. I mean, tonight after this reading, get off and say to yourself, okay, this is where I want to go. Spirit, let's go. I'm ready now. You know, or next time you're meditating, communicate that to your guides that you're ready to take that leap. Wow. And it's going to bring you a great form of passion and like just overall a happiness for life. It's like where you'd felt previously depleted in relationships or love or just every day, maybe even your self-love, especially with the weather too. If you live in a colder part of the world, it's not like you can just go out and like be all dressed up every day, right? So you could just feel a little lower. But it's just like saying, find those ways that you can make yourself passionate again. Because once you get into it, wow. And you're going to have a passionate offer come in too. It definitely looks like there's some love trying to peek in on the sidelines. But I really wanted to make this reading specifically about more so where you're headed. And like the cards have definitely given me that. But there you always see a little bit of love interest peeking out. So more wand energy. So we've got, with the wands, we've got fire. So what I'm feeling like with that is, yeah, I just really feel like someone's coming in for you in love, passionate about you. You're going to have one offer that over trumps everyone else too. Like you could have someone particularly you kind of have in the back of your mind. Whether you feel like that's possible or not. Maybe that's what Spirit's saying too. It's almost like you could want someone but feel like they don't even notice you, or if it's a past person, it's not going to happen again. Or I feel like it's a new energy though. I really do. I feel like you've already left past situations and turned your back on them and you only want new in your life. And if you haven't felt that way, I feel like for some of you, that's what Spirit's telling you is the mindset to have. To quit looking back on the past and just to like take that leap or that stride forward. So we've got the Ace of Cups at the bottom. So yeah, definitely a love offer coming in. With the next card being the Death card, it's almost saying like old relationships or thought patterns or beliefs or like old situations are just like over with. It's time to go on to new relationships. And like, don't stress over the person who didn't treat you good enough. Just saw the 10 of coins when I was shuffling. Yeah, I just feel like with the Hangman, a lot of you have been feeling stuck. Maybe these situations defeated you to the point where you just didn't feel like you were ever going to find someone on your level. But remember too, it's like the moment you finally stop like trying to look for stuff and you really focus on yourself, that's when Spirit's going to bring it in. And like Spirit knows when you're ready. Whether you think you're ready or not, right? It's like Spirit knows when each of us are ready for that. No more of this though. No more people that come in just deceitful or smile in your face, pretend they support you, and then use it to their own gain behind your back. No more of that. In the past, it had been so unfair. Maybe that's why you feel defeated too. Like, maybe you didn't even have a chance to defend yourself in situations if you were being slandered by your ex or by family or by friends or even by like someone you didn't know. And it was almost like Divine was telling you the right thing to do was to forgive them and just to move on and not even like, for some of you, like just not even reply to these people who tried to literally just destroy your happiness. It could have even been that they tried to destroy a relationship in the past. Like, I feel like because you're leaving and the Lover's there too and the King of Swords in reverse, it's almost like maybe there was karmics involved in your relationship that almost made it not work out. I don't want to say that though, but I feel like a little bit. But yeah, all it's saying is once you get out of there, that's when you're really going to find that you're no longer going to feel stuck or trapped in the same old cycles. And you're not going to feel like everything isn't fair. Like, especially if people were doing you wrong and you're like, okay, I know Spirit sees this. Like, these people think they're getting away with stuff, right? And you're like, okay. For some of you, it could have been neighbors. Just people around you, maybe that you weren't even necessarily like close to or knew, but they knew the path you were headed on. 6 of Swords. So it could have been up to 6 people. 6 people working together against you. One of them could have even came in and brought you an offer, like a false offer, pretending that they wanted love with you, but essentially it could have been part of some sort of like plan. So maybe that's what left you on edge too. So wow, we've got Empress in reverse, and then we've got the Knave of Cups. So just a lot of people coming in with offers, and maybe it's almost making you feel like you're not seeing things for what they are because it's so backwards, but you really are. It's like Spirit saying to persevere. Especially if you were painted illusions about third parties. Maybe you found out about third parties and this person literally refused to admit about it. Maybe they just lied straight to your face and pretended like they could keep you stuck some more. That could be really what it is. Some of you could be in a relationship right now where you know your person's done you wrong and you keep trying to forgive them. But Spirit's saying, and I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, I'm just the messenger. I love you all. Spirit's saying you need to get out of there. Like, honestly, take that chariot, take that leap of faith, and just know that your better days are coming, right? And like the longer you stay stuck, the more you're going to feel stuck. So let's get some more cards going. But I feel like this is a really interesting read, especially with the Empress in reverse. It's like you have the ability to be the Empress, and maybe you usually are, but right now you're almost like not viewing yourself to your full potential. That's what I get out of that message there. Yeah, the World in reverse. It's like you're not seeing everything that's right in front of you because maybe you're just so caught up in illusions and secrets from the past. But yeah, I feel like how I said, kind of take those layers off and heal. For everyone, it's different. To each of you, you know, maybe some of you need to do counseling or just talk to someone close about it. Or maybe for you, tarot does it, getting those answers you don't feel comfortable asking others. Whichever it is for you, just know that you're on the road to healing and your intuition is giving you all the signs. Wow. So it says a particular person or area of your life, right? Too. So it's almost like just follow it. But for a lot of you watching, whatever this is that it's resonating for, Spirit's really strongly saying over and over again a message that you already know what it is. And it's like, that's what's stopping all your, say you feel like creatively blocked, or sometimes you feel like uninspired when you wake up. Well, for some of you, you've been feeling so defeated. It's just like you're not putting your all into yourself, and that raises your vibration instantly. When you get up and have that nice bubble bath, or, you know, spend that extra time on your face, like washing your face care routine or something for you, and make yourself look good or feel good, whichever way you can, you know, meditation, or say you go to the gym, spending that little time on yourself, that's really gonna bring your passion back for life, and it's gonna continue like a driving force, and that's gonna kind of kickstart things. But I feel like maybe you just felt so defeated in the past, you didn't feel like you even had the energy. Like for some of you, you could have felt you wanted to do that, but you just felt emotionally drained. Yeah, we've got the 9 of Cups in reverse as I'm shuffling there, and then I just saw the Devil. So it's really just like you're sick of these options from the past, and a lot of them are toxic. Thank you so much, everyone tuned in. Nice to see everyone in the chats. Divine Timing. We've got Erica, Linda, Matthew. I don't think I've seen any of y'all before, so welcome. Nice to have you, Earth Angels. So hopefully this is resonating for you. This is like an intense reading, but I feel like the message is just, it's like, if you don't believe in yourself, how will everyone else, you know? But I feel like for some of you did, and then certain individuals or energies try to take that light away from you to make you feel like you didn't believe in yourself. So now you're kind of like in between. So Spirit's telling you to take that back. That's what's going to end the cycles. Wow. This literally popped out on its own because I wasn't trying to bring it out. But yeah, just tons of passionate new starts ahead. Almost like too, I feel like maybe in the past you could have dealt with a lot of relationships that were just passion based. Like maybe there wasn't much behind it. Like, if you know what I mean, like maybe for some of you it was just attraction based and there was an amazing chemistry, but when you really look back on those relationships, did you have that conversation based, like, emotional connection too? Because I feel like a lot of you felt like you tried very hard for those relationships, but you constantly just felt depleted, drained, and almost like the person or people you were dealing with, like, lived a double life. Like, they just weren't being honest with you. Wow, the Chariot in reverse. So in the past, if you haven't left a situation, it's like you had a chance to before and you didn't. And now Spirit's saying, like, you need to take that chance, because that came out twice in the upright. So, wow. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. So it's almost saying, sorry, the 8 of Pentacles. Everything you're waiting for, like, it's on the other side of holding on to these situations. 2 of Cups. Yeah, you're probably just sick of, I'm hearing for some of you too, you could have been married. You could have been married for a bit and it was like this person just didn't want to try anymore. They didn't put any effort in. You were maybe open to counseling, or you always just made the effort to make this person feel appreciated, or like you were open and honest with them, and they were just like a bag of secrets. Like, you would say you would think you would get 5 steps ahead with this person, but really then you'd find it was like 10 steps backwards, because they were just like living life for themselves, if that makes sense. Whereas I feel like you're a more giving person. Like, there's a lot of love, focus, and passion out here. So it's almost like you're very passionate about the people around you. And wow, look at all the wands. It's like no matter what you're doing in life, you could just be pumping gas, going to the grocery store, at your job, or in a relationship. You're very passionate towards those individuals. Like, you're kind-hearted and you have compassion for others no matter what the circumstances, right? You might be someone who's very giving too. You like to volunteer, or say you see someone in need, you're that person that will stop and give them a couple bucks or something like that. That's what I'm really feeling like. Or you could be that person at work that always brings coffee for everyone, stuff like that. But whatever it is, it's like, this is the way you are. So I feel like for a lot of you, you've just been sitting in this energy where you're like, when am I going to meet the kind of people that give you that back, you know? It's almost like you're saying you're not receiving the love you know you deserve. One thing you got to remember too, if you met any friendships or relationships, because family we can't help, that's our family, right? But when you actually like meet a friend or a new relationship, that's someone you bring into your life, right? So when you meet those connections, if you're on a low vibration, you're going to attract those people into your life. And also if you're on a very high vibration, you're going to attract low vibrational people into your life. And it's like when you're a high vibrational person for the most part all the time, or always are, you're always going to attract in those low vibing, like vampire type energies. And the thing to note about it is this is why you have to go through those heart-aching situations with people you care about the most. Because once you see them for their true colors and the fact that they're trying to like not help you, if anything, or bring you down or make you feel worse about yourself, once you figure that out and you're like, no, it can't be. And then say for each of you, you could have been married, say for 20 years, kids, and then you finally are like, I'm over it. Or you could have been in a relationship for 1 or 2 years, right? And had the same situation. I'm over it. Whichever it is for each of you, it's almost like saying if you didn't go through those situations, you wouldn't learn to value yourself as much the way you do now. And that's what's going to bring you to your success. Because once you have that self-love, you start to not care what people say or think. And you know that no one can take away your vision from you. It's like you could literally be living in the country, not working, or say working a part-time job, you know, and you want to change your whole life, move to the city. Spirit's saying at this time in your life, go pray, and they're going to give you a solution. Even if it seems next to impossible, go pray, and divine is going to help grant some miracles for those that truly have been in the light and deserve it. And have learned the lessons, right? I mean, everyone makes mistakes, but once you learn your lesson, and if people in your life refuse to change and grow with you, then it's time to let them go. Yeah, in the past, holding on to these people too could have left you in repeated cycles of like negative karma. You could have felt like you wondered why certain things were happening when you knew you've been a good person. It's like just by being attached to these people that are doing you wrong and you're letting them, that's almost like allowing that karma into your life, unfortunately. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's something you're starting to learn as well. And let's see what else we got. Because I feel like for some of you too, it can almost be these people or person, say it's a past person or family or friend or even job. They could have almost guilt tripped you about it, is what I feel like, with all this reverse energy. And like, so for some of you, you could have left this situation in the past and then like been enticed to come back because of how much you love and care for that person, or they know what to say to you and exactly what to do to get you to come back. And that's what happened, I think, in the past. And so for some of you, you could have went through a lot of tower moments more recently. Surprised we haven't seen the tower yet. Since a lot of other cards have come out like 3 times, you know, that's like repetitive message from spirit saying like, okay, in case the viewer wasn't watching the first time, this card is a major arcana. We need to put it out again. You know, the Chariot's been out 3 or 4 times. So for some of you, heavy message. Should have changed the name of the reading, but it is the dog days are over once you leave these cycles. So for some of you, you just got to make the change. Like I said, it's maybe a move, or you want a new job, but you feel like you can't find a new job and you keep looking or something like that. Maybe you're working at a job you're not happy at. Just know all of a sudden, boom, you're going to get a call. You're just going to have something really exciting happen. Wow, new start. So absolutely, this is going to bring in your new start. And for a lot of you, those people too, they couldn't come with you where you're going. It's like you're about to experience a level up. And some of those people were just trying to use you or your energy. So it's like divine, like cut them out. You know, they had to show you that if you didn't walk away from those people, they could have left you feeling depleted with secrets later on and tried to take your Wheel of Fortune from you, right? Tried to take your success. For some of you, tried to take your spot. This could be a friend, you know, or an ex-lover, or even like a sibling or something who thinks, well, how come they have this life? Like that's what they want. But it's like you worked for that life. And then there's this person just watching you, trying to take it from you. But meanwhile, they did nothing of the steps. And if they walked like 5 seconds in your shoes, they would crumble because they wouldn't, you know what I mean? It's just funny. You could have even acquaintance, like a person that's hating on you that doesn't understand. Heard an interesting quote like a week or two ago, and it was amazing. It just said, you never know what everyone else is going through. Everyone has a difficult story, so you should never assume or like try and bring someone else down or something. But it's so true about assuming, right? Because it's easy for, it looks like this person on the side to just wish you bad or to say, well, I want their life. But meanwhile, they don't realize all that you overcame, the emotional battles, the tears, the struggle, and all the life lessons you learned on your own. And for some of you, it was like a lot of these people weren't there to support you. Like, look at this energy. The only thing in the upright is the wands and the pentacles. So it means good pentacles are coming in soon. But the wands signifying this whole time you've persevered with your passion towards life, towards others, towards your dreams, and towards your job, whatever it is you do, towards all your jobs even, right? And then there's these people that just want to hold you back or think that they could take your spot. But Divine's here to say, like, it's almost an illusion. Wow. Split the deck, and literally the devil, you can't make this shit up. I'm sorry, I just swore. But literally, I'm sorry. Wow. But yeah, toxic ties, people who honestly just wanted to hold you back. And Spirit's saying all of your happy days, your fresh start is on the other side of realizing exactly who or what situations this is to you. And moving and figuring it out, moving into a new cycle, a new beginning. And I feel like Spirit's saying too, if you don't walk away from these situations, you're going to continue to feel lack or like you aren't exactly where you're supposed to be in life. And for some of you, you really aren't. It's kind of weird because I had a channel message earlier that said just like, a lot of you have been stuck in negative cycles and like it's not where you're supposed to be in life. Like you're not supposed to be struggling and feeling betrayed and emotionally depleted while some of these karmic energies are sitting there thinking they won, you know? And for a lot of you, you didn't even do anything to these people, right? You just lived your life and you were shining and people can't stand that. It seems like a lot of these people, it's because they're literally working for this guy, not the good guy, right? So yeah, I feel like what Spirit's letting you know is until you leave these situations, you're going to feel almost stuck in reverse Wheel of Fortune energy. Like nothing's coming in. Like your blessings aren't coming in. Like the dog days are still happening. So yeah, this is the clearest message we can get. Even got the 9 of Pentacles down there. And we've got the 8 of Pentacles there. So it's like, wow. And the Emperor. So you know how we had the Empress reverse before? Boom. New start. You're going to be the Emperor again, regardless of gender. And this Wheel of Fortune will switch into some positive energy, but it's only going to be when you leave whatever toxic situation is holding you back. So that's a really clear message. Honestly, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to get a love message from your person if y'all want to stick around for that. See if the person on your mind or if this was more love related for you, if they have anything to say. But clear message from Spirit. Could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a living situation. I feel like it's those 3 things. Whichever it is, it's blocking your success and it's making you not see your true potential. It's almost clouding your judgment. So it's like, walk away from this and you're so ready to like honestly get the good days. Dog days will be over. Sorry, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Okay, wow. That was an intense message, guys. I've never been so like clarified by Spirit. Like it was just the same 3 sets of cards that came out. So the Chariot coming out 4 times. So very intense. Just letting you know that it's almost like, for some of you, I feel like maybe you like thought some things I just heard were going to come in, then they didn't. And now it's like other things happened that didn't come in too. So you're like, okay, what's going on? It's like as soon as you walk away from the situation or make the change and start the new cycle, like 5 blessings, up to 5. Of course, I don't want to say that for everyone, but it's almost like, boom, you could get 2 or 3 blessings back to back. Things that literally divine has sitting like at the side, wrapped with a nice little bow on it for you, but you have to do your part and walk away from the negative cycles. Especially if it's karmic relationships, you know? But I feel like a lot of us, if you're part of the, like, you know, the divine, the collective, you're starting to awaken spiritually, or you already have, you definitely have learned that lesson the last year. I feel like this past year was, for most of anyone spiritual, really learning and seeing the under layers of how people treat each other and how communication works and how hard others could try to hold you back, even the ones you love and hold closest to you in your life. I feel like that was honestly the main lesson. And the second lesson was to follow your dreams. I feel like everyone in the chats could literally agree with that. It's like a lot of us have decided you could be leaving a job or have left a job. You could have switched, went back to school, started a new career. Whichever it is for you, though, it's like, I feel like you learned either both those lessons this year or one of the two of them. If you agree, put it in the chats. I would love to see how many agree. But yeah, I feel like it was almost like a collective set of lessons. And so now this year, it's like for those that persevere on their path and really make the change, you're going to be rewarded, because this next year is going to be the year of growth, development, and boom, blessings, rewards. So the first message from your person, or the person on your mind, says, the longer we are apart, the feelings I have for you grow stronger every day. So we had a few past energies for you. So definitely could be a past person. Could be someone you're currently connected to. Maybe you're all are long distance. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. 2 pops out. Oh, that one's well, when you're silly and you accidentally put the 2 angel messages in with the 1, Spirit literally just gave it to me. Like, nope, here you put those 2 angel messages in there. That is hilarious. Thank you so much, everyone tuned in. Hopefully you got to catch the reading. If not, I'm going to leave it up because it was a really good one. But yeah, just know, as soon as you make the changes and really just accept and allow, maybe for some of you, you keep saying to Spirit, okay, this is what I want these changes, but then it's like, they're almost giving you the opportunity and you're like, but is it going to work out? What? Okay, my desk just like literally moved on its own, like slide. That was so weird. Look at, just do that again. Did not. So that was really creepy. But anyways, so what I feel like with that is just really saying confirmation, like you need to move. Like it's time to go. It's time to move on to the next cycle, to the next chapter, whether that's leaving a job or relationship. It's time to essentially pack up and move it along. For some of you, the person you're dealing with or we're dealing with is ready to commit. No matter how many times I see you, your beauty makes me weak at the knees, full-blown butterflies and all. So your person's definitely sending some love to you. Everyone's situation is different, but of course use your discernment if these are past people that you know were intentionally keeping you stuck like we saw, and then you would go back and realize it was the same cycle. It happened for one of you at least once where you went back. I feel like for a lot of you it happens. Maybe you forgave this person or relationship or friend, whatever it was, like 1 too many times, and you learned because they kept burning you, right? So I feel like this could be that same person if it is a relationship. So Spirit's just saying use your judgment, because of course not everyone's like that, and this person could have been on the same journey as you and learned. But I feel like what Spirit's saying for a lot of you is when you learn to put the focus on yourself and not a relationship at this moment in time, then your blessings will come in, and then boom, you'll be ready and you'll have like a more stable relationship. And we've got a message from the person on your mind saying, I'm thinking about you at this exact moment. So that is pretty sweet. Love it. Beautiful. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I just saw someone ask how much my readings are, so actually perfect, because I would love to clarify this. So I've seen some random accounts and stuff. I do not have any other accounts. This is my only account. Anyone else is impersonating me, so report it if you see it. If anyone approaches you about Cash App or anything like that, I do not use that. And at the moment, I'm currently not doing personal readings. Once we get a little more into it, I'll definitely figure out something like that. But at this moment in time, the only way you could donate to the channel through Super Chat or just watch my readings and just hit that like button for support. I appreciate that, honestly. So, yeah, that's all you need to know. I do appreciate that someone brought that question up. Was going to make a video specific about it, but I just felt like I didn't know if anyone would really see it, because we've only got about 20 in the chats right now, but I did put it in my bio as well, guys. So yeah, just at the moment, no personal readings. What I could do eventually, maybe sometime, I'm not going to do it today, but if you guys are interested in me doing it like through a live where you can ask a couple questions or something like that, that's definitely something I'd be open to considering doing for you guys. So let me know in the future if that's something you'd want to do, and it would be all official, just right through YouTube. So let me know in the future if that's something you guys would want me to do for you. Last message out from your person, and we're going to close out this reading. Please stop ignoring me. Unblock me. So definitely your past person, or someone you could have tried to move on from. Maybe you saw through the illusions. For each of you, it's different, but I feel like the main message from Spirit you got to remember is just the Chariot really was crowning that reading. There's something that's got to change in order for change to come in. And I just was told this from Spirit, so I'll end it with this. It's like, even if this person has changed, because they definitely could have changed as well, make sure you did the change. Because once you know that you've done the change, no matter what cycles people try and throw you in moving forward, you'll know how to handle it. You'll know when to make an exit and when they're doing too much, and you'll just have that discernment automatically after learning, right? So what Spirit's really just saying is don't let them rope you in again based on your care for them. And that could not even be a relationship. That could be a good friend. Maybe like for some of you, your good friend did you wrong or was trying to get with your person in the past, could have caused the heartbreak, and then they're both trying to come back and apologize. I don't even know where that just came from, but just heard that message. So for some of you, if that's the case, it's like use your discernment, you know? Absolutely forgive them, but you know, I feel like Spirit's telling you, I can't even deny it. It's like Spirit showed us the Chariot 4 times, y'all. It's like move on, complete the cycles, and what do they say? If you love something and it comes back to you, it's truly yours. But just make sure they're ready the same way that I feel like a lot of you have now grown into, you know? For some of you, it could have taken you a year or 2 years, especially if you were married to this person. It could have taken you a long time to heal from the hurt that they put you through. So Spirit's just saying don't rush back into the same cycles, right? Beautiful. That was definitely an intense reading. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in. It was great to have y'all in the chats, and I wish everyone a happy Sunday. Sending light and blessings, and stay safe. Take care.